that's not what you want to do, start off a match. Already, obviously, a few nerves in a big match.
Love 13.
A little shaky for Agnieszka here. First break of serve in a big match like this, a quarter-final, is often very significant. It can set the whole trend of the match.
Well,
you've got basically a little synopsis of the match right there. This is what Radwanska is trying to do, soak up all these ground strokes, all this power from across the net, and then really, in a way, hope Azarenka overpresses.
15.
One feature of the Belarusians' play, particularly at this event, has been great self-discipline on what ball to really lean on, when to go for the winner. She'll need that discipline out here this afternoon.
Well, she's got a great opportunity to get an early break here. She takes it the first opportunity, so a very quick start for the number 3 seed.
She's very flat, I have to say, Radwanska.
Yes, Azarenka will be really eager to capitalise on this average start from her opponent.
I've done a lot of Agnieszka Radwanska matches, and I feel like I can read her quite well, and I have to say I'm not sure she's fully mobile out here. I do feel that that injury that she's clearly carrying is affecting her at the moment.
Yes, well, she was a bit tentative, it would appear, moving there in that rally. And she's got no spark or energy about her at the moment either.
No, it's almost a lot of uncertainty. It's tough mentally to play with injury, but really, Radwanska is one of the quickest women out there, and no, she's not letting, she's not at full speed. That's very clear.
$14.50.
Well, the longest point so far.
14-13.
Radwanska doing better in that rally. Pretty warm conditions today here in Melbourne. Rod Laver Arena, top temperature forecast for 34. Working her way gradually into the match.
Just got to look at her coach, who is the Polish Fed Cup captain, Tomasz Witorowski, who started advising her and helping her after Wimbledon last year. Her dad has been the coach for all her career, and he still helps her when she's back in Poland, but he's not traveling anymore. And I think she feels bringing in Thomas has really helped her.
Advantage Azarenka.
But I have to tell you, if she cannot move freely, speed is one of her main strengths. She has no shot out here, unfortunately.
She's missed a couple of opportunities here, Azarenka.
Well, it's tough for Azarenka because she's not getting a lot of pace. Radwanska, with her counter-punching style, also likes to float as well and to chip some of these returns. And Azarenka's going to have to be the one constantly creating pace, making the play out here.
Advantage Azarenka.
One of her best shots, that one, normally. Riding it all the way, and it just fell wide. Well, after a lengthy battle, Azarenka holds serve. Clever little drop shot, so she's obviously going to exploit that possible injury that her opponent has.
But also with Azarenka, that's part of her game anyway. And it's a great contrast, isn't it, to the big blows from the back of the court, and a lovely change of pace. Very good control off that backhand side.
Well, she's the number 3 seed here.
50
Can get a bit emotional at times when the matches get a bit tight.
Oh, she's talked a lot about that. Her coach, who she's been working with, a Frenchman for a couple of years, Samuel Sumik, has really helped to get a handle on that. The bad emotions she talks about. It's like there's little demons in there. She's really come on that front. Just get the sense that Radwanska might want to take it on a little more out here this afternoon, because I do feel that she is hampered by that slight leg injury.
14-15.
Lovely touch and hold serve for the first time. Looking into the sun, but it's 1-2. A lovely little sliding approach shot there.
15.
Good to show that she's got some variety of shots herself rather than just the power.
She's always had a fantastic backhand. I remember actually here in the juniors watching her many years ago, and she was there's not much of her now, Azarenka, but she was an absolute waif of a young girl, but has a wonderful instinctive backhand. It's always looked like that. That year, actually watched her. It was back in 2005. Won the Australian Open Juniors that year.
That's what she does so well. Beautiful, smooth move up to the ball. Early take.
13-15.
Last year, I really felt at the start of last year, the first 6 months, that Radwanska was starting to drift away from the top 10 players, just being outpowered on a regular basis. And one of the things she's done to combat that is to become a more aggressive player herself, switch coaches, change things up a little.
Just walking back into the shade to collect the balls. As I said, it's going to warm up, but this is probably the best time of the day to play before it gets too hot, as we just see that ball just miss the baseline.
She's already at 5 backhand winners, and we've only had, what, just under 4 games.
Yes.
Another tough game on serve. And again, just waiting to collect the balls in the shade. Good idea. The roof is never fully open. It always remains partially open to allow a little bit of shade at the end of each end, but also helps the crowd a little as well. More of them out of the sun. Oh, that's perfect.
Advantage Radwanska.
Well, even what you've seen in the opening 17 minutes, you can sort of understand why Radwanska was voted last year the fans' favourite player on the tour.
Also, many of the top women play pretty much the same with a big power game, and she's got the other. She can handle the pace of their opponents, and she got this clever little game herself. Well, took it a bit casually. Well, looks certain to win this point. Is it just a little casually there? Look, doesn't quite get enough little adjusting steps under the ball. Seemed to move all right, though. Did some good scrambling
no,
there.
Certainly, maybe just the adrenaline's kicked in, maybe it's loosened up, warmed up. I'm sure she took some anti-inflammatories before the start of the match. They've probably kicked in. No, she's done well, Radwanska. It was a good recovery from love 2 down.
Love 15.
Well, this is a much more mature Agnieszka, excuse me, much more mature Victoria Azarenka. The way she lost that last game a season or so ago, I think the racket would have hit the floor. She'd have got very emotional. I mean, it would have disturbed her concentration, but look at her. She's right back on it here.
Love 40.
Thinking of a challenge.
Radwanska charges the call on the right fire. The ball's called out.
Well, she left it a fair while. I thought they had to be more spontaneous than that. And out by 6 mils.
Love 42. Radwanska has 2 challenges remaining.
So as you suggested, Azarenka really recovering quickly from that loss of serve. 3 chances. Well, outmanoeuvred on the first.
15-14.
Well, this is what Radwanska does to her opponents. She starts to sort of get into their minds because she makes so many balls to a length. She just keeps on and on.
Well, power driving there from Azarenka, and once again she's ahead of break at 3-2.
Love 15. love 32.
A sloppy start to this game.
Whoa. 15-13.
She has to maintain her discipline here, Azarenka. But her unforced error count at 11 already. That will hearten Radwanska.
Saves one.
13-14.
Such an effective serve, that slider out to the juice court on the hard courts here. Hard courts except spin, this plexi cushion. Fine effort.
Three games.
Just a few looks up to her player box. Now, I have to say, Coach Samuel Smith will be a bit concerned seeing Azarenka so tetchy out here, and it's tough. All the pressure is on her. She's the one with the winning record against Radwanska. There's Tomasz Wiktorowski. I think tactically, Radwanska has got it absolutely right so far.
Well, 3-all. And this is a key game for her. She's been able to break back. That keeps then dropping a serve. So serving into the sun. She has a quick look there. A good strong game from her here. That's what she's after.
15.
Maybe it's the sun, although she doesn't have a very powerful serve, Radwanska, but just trying to spin the serve in so she doesn't have to rely on the second ball. And when she did there, it was pretty severely dealt with.
I'm not sure Agnieszka's the right woman to play cat and mouse with. I have to say, you listen to the crowd and they're really pulling for the young Pole. I think they find, I think they like the style of player as Azarenka, but I think there's an issue with the noise, with the grunting or the shrieking. They don't like it.
30-40.
Well, she's got such good hands, she can often manufacture shots without moving her feet too much, but it all comes straight at her like that, just a couple of adjusting steps. So once again, possibility of a break of serve. That's great hitting from Azarenka, just moving her opponent from side to side. So once again, she's ahead of break at 4-3.
As good as Azarenka's ground strokes are, the problem that she has is it's the same ball, the same spin from both sides. It's just a big flat hit. There is no change of pace. There is nothing to break it up. You see their advance, just really comfortable, soaking it up now.
Well, she holds her position pretty well around the baseline. It's hard to push her back because her hands are so good, her reactions are so good. I should be really disappointed with that.
It's just the odd couple of shots from Radwanska out here that she, that last one that she wouldn't normally play like that. It just suggests to me that she's still a little insecure about her movement.
Just trying for the three-quarter pace serve because of the sun. Well, the pattern looks like continuing here.
Five consecutive breaks of serve. And I have to say, Azarenka not playing with the authority that we've seen so far in the tournament, although this a very different opponent and also a difficult one for her because it's one of her best friends. They've been great friends since the juniors. They've known each other over 10 years. And there's a lot of history there between them.
Well, she's letting go a lot of opportunities as we're at 4-all.
Well, that's the route through this first set. If Azarenka, I'm getting my Agnieszkas and my Azarenkas completely tongue-tied, I do apologise. She can play with a lot more width, Azarenka. That would really help her cause. Pull Radwanska off the court more.
13.
A good body serve there.
That is the way. And for the first time in this match, we've seen Azarenka use her noddle out here, loops up the high ball. Radwanska does not like balls above shoulder height. She's just not that physically strong. She can't work with it, and she gets a shorter ball, and then she can go. That is a real progression out there tactically from Azarenka.
24 shots. Clever little backhand there from Radwanska. It looked like she was going to play a drop shot, that one, and then follows through a bit. And it ended up getting Azarenka off balance. She's missed it wide. The tennis hotting up here in this first set, and for the first time, Radwanska takes the lead 5-4.
Radwanska call on the right serve. The ball was called in.
Right on it. Another terrific hard-hitting exchange.
14.
No, it's an absolute barrage, isn't it, from Azarenka? You have to admire it, and she really has responded very well and completely up the ante here.
Game. 5 games.
Wow, a couple of holds of serve.
Yes, well.
Neither are really serving lights out here, are they? Radwanska, just over 50% of her first serves in, and pretty much the same sort of stats for Azarenka.
That was an important hold there, though, for Azarenka, and she did it a love game, so that should give her a bit of a boost, and particularly, once again, her opponent serving from the difficult end. You can see just spinning that in, only 141 Ks. You'd rather not rely on your second ball. Oh, how good was that?
Just look at the racket work here. I mean, that was really difficult, and just held it and held it and held it, didn't she?
Really clever. That really was just a second serve, that one.
Well, it was a second serve. It was 129 Ks, and that's quite a. That's about roughly where her second serve is. Seems to have had a letdown here, Radwanska, after playing so well to hold, to take a 5-4 lead.
Well, a double and then a couple of ground stroke misses. Well, challenging. I think worth a challenge too.
Well, it looked to be space between ball and line. And we're at the other end from this. Yep.
13-14.
All that money I spent on my laser eye surgery a few years ago, well worth it. Well worth the expense.
Well, not the best game from Radwanska. Azarenka at 6-5 will serve for the set. Just a little anxious to get the ball down to the vacant backhand corner, rushed it.
Well, it's not just astonishingly well executed, it's beautifully disguised as well. It has to be perfect, because when you hit a cross-court drop shot, it's going over the high pile of the net, it's traveling a further distance than if you actually hit it down the line. I'm not sure you could hit a better one than the one we've just seen. Oh, good tennis.
Love 42.
Well, that's the first one we've heard. I have to say the fans here do get on Azarenka's case with the grunting.
Well, love 40. One saved. That 4 of 7. That underlying the number of breaks that we've had, though, in this match. And it's indicating there that she just wasn't quite to the bounce, lunging a little to reach it. And this is where Azarenka would dearly like a good first serve to get a free point and back to the relative safety of deuce. Well, just long, I think. It was a good play.
Yeah, she had to take it on because she can't just continually counterpunch and try and soak up pressure and take the risk that Azarenka will, you know, take the ball on and go for a win-up. So I think absolutely right. It's not a play she would have made 12 months ago.
No.
This is the new, improved Azarenka. But she doesn't like missing there, I have to say that.
Had control of the point there.
Advantage.
Radwanska moving Azarenka around and eventually draws the error.
She uses the forehand very well. It's such a flat shot, so it really does get through the court.
Another chance, which she takes this time with an Azarenka error.
Six games on tiebreak.
I can tell you that Azarenka's
one additional challenge.
tie-break record at the Australian Open, she has never won a tie-break. At the Australian Open, she's 0 for 2. And also, so is Agnieszka Radwanska. So they're going to have to break, one of them's going to break their duck here.
Challenging, but that looked to be well out.
In fact, Agnieszka Radwanska is 0 for 3 with her tiebreak record because dropped the first set at 7-6 against Matek Sands in the first round.
1-0, Radwanska. Azarenka has 3 challenges remaining.
Well, Azarenka needs to try to get to the change of ends at least level in this tie break as she's up the end looking into the sun.
2-0. Radwanska.
Well, a lot of balls he's just missed.
Well, the only way Azarenka's coming through this tie-break is to keep her composure, and that's always the question mark. I think she's done really well so far, but it's always in there, that little trigger temper that she has, and she's not coping very well with the pressure of what's happening in front of her.
The net cord gave her a little bit extra time, but it was beautifully executed.
4-0. Radwanska.
She could break her duck in style.
Well, 6-love as the players change ends. Just 5 minutes ago it was 6-5 and deuce.
But multiple set points are not always a guarantee of closing up the set, as Kim Clijsters and Lee Na showed us just a couple of days ago out here.
It just shows you how quickly it can turn around.
Yep.
Serve for the set, got down love 40, got back to deuce, so pretty close to seeing it out. And now very little hope, you would think. In fact, it's a tie-break run without the loss of a point, so the first set in this quarter-final to Radwanska. Well, Azarenka is going to have to respond extremely well here, obviously, if she's going to get back, because getting back from losing a first set at Grand Slam level is not something she's done terribly well historically. She's only won 3 times and 21 occasions that she's lost the first set in a Grand Slam event. Oops. And on the other side of that statistic, when Radwanska wins the first set in a Grand Slam, there's been only 2 occasions out of 48 that she's gone on to lose the match. So statistically, Azarenka will definitely have to beat the odds out here if she's going to progress through to the semi-final. playing a smart match here.
Well, down the other end, Azarenka just started to look very distressed and looked at her player box. Yeah, and that negativity is what undermines her performances, and it's why she has not been to a final of a Grand Slam yet.
Well, she's being frustrated here. Well, she did a good job there at 30 all. It was a big point.
40-30.
Well, she just let out some of the frustration. Maybe that wasn't such a bad idea, but great discipline from Azarenka. If she loses her mental discipline out here, she is toast. She stands out in the sun too long, she's toast, but she really is. The match will just go.
Game, Azarenka.
So, Victoria Azarenka does hold the serve to start the second set.
Game, second set.
Oh. Not only did she reach it,
She'd set off really, really late, and you can see that she's not a powerful mover out of the blocks. That is probably one of the best shots I've seen at this year's championships. Fantastic.
it didn't look like she was going to get near it.
Well, she had her racket way out in front. What wonderful racket work.
13.
She's a little special, Agnieszka Radwanska. Taught for 17 years by her father. She's also got a younger sister who's a couple of years younger than her, Ursula, who is also a top 100 player.
Well inside the baseline to take that second ball.
30.
Well, Azarenka for quite a few seasons now statistically is one of the best returners in women's tennis, and she's not going to have too many problems with the ball. It just rolls over at 116K.
Well, didn't want the net cord.
30-40.
Good little sneak in. Break point.
Game, Azarenka leads 2 games to 1.
Well, a pretty good effort there from Victoria Azarenka. I mean, able to put behind, losing a tie-break 7-zip, and then coming out and breaking straight off the bat.
Another sign of her growing maturity. It's good to see. It is a terrific response, but pertinently from Azarenka, who's really quite known for sort of blowing her stack at any available moment.
$15 left.
leg drive there.
Well, Radwanska showing us that if you don't hit the spots with your serve this too deep in the box, then she will hurt you using all the pace. That's what she does. She loves pace.
Well, she's normally got a good drop shot, but that one she got underneath it a bit too much.
Well, just over a week ago in Sydney, Azarenka came back from a set down against Radwanska in that semi-final to win, and then she was comfortable in the third. I wonder if this match is going to follow that pattern.
Good start to this second set for Azarenka. She urges herself on. 3-love in the second.
Azarenka challenges the call on the left ear. The ball's called out.
Well, I guess worth a challenge. Missed by 6 mils, but the level has dropped just a little here for Radwanska. Straightforward shot for her there with her backhand.
It's really more about Azarenka just going up a notch in this second set, really, than I feel Radwanska dropping off too much. I think she invested a lot in that first set, and there might have been a slight dip, but mentally she's not really one to have lapses. And she would have understood the importance of getting off to a really good start in the second set, particularly after what happened in Sydney just over a week or so ago. That's a very good return from Azarenka. She looks like she's got the bit between her teeth now, got her emotions under control, and she's actually just channeling it into her performance, which is probably the best thing to do with them. Oh.
Just blocked that one. Perfectly timed. Not much follow through. Jolting return. Radwanska couldn't react at all.
Game, Azarenka.
Well, you wouldn't have picked that, though. First set 7-6, and then the person who loses it bounces back 4-love.
Yes, and Radwanska's only won 5 points so far in the second set. Lovely. Lovely.
Well, successive backhands into the tape. I don't think you could ever write Radwanska off in a set, no matter what the score is.
Just look at the heat coming off the court there. You could fry a nice couple of eggs on that surface.
Well anticipated there by Azarenka.
15-13.
A great intensity, I have to say, from the Belarusian. I often forget where she's from because she spent so much time in Scottsdale, Arizona, when she was 12 to train. Spent some time in Mallorca, and now living in Monaco. And trying not to bump into other tennis players who live around every corner.
Thirty-two.
An unusual miss from her there. Set it up with that nice sliding serve.
40-30.
Beautiful tennis from love 30 down from Azarenka. Again, keep talking about the word discipline, maintaining it. She's doing that beautifully at the moment. I think she lost her disciplines a little towards the end of that first set.
Net versus.
Come on, indeed. What a second set she's playing, the number 3 seed, racing through it at 5-love.
Azarenka leads 5 games to none.
It doesn't look a particularly important game, this, for Radwanska, because the set looks to be gone, but it is important just to get her mind back on track, just to get her tennis back on track. That wasn't the easiest volley, but it's one that she would normally make. You just feel like she's just a little bit loose mentally right now. Getting looser mentally.
Well, I'd say she's just going to let this set slip here.
But that's not really... And if you do that, it's very hard to switch back on in the third. She needs really, if she's got a shot of breaking through this quarterfinal, to get going now.
Yes, form's just not like a tap. Just can't turn it on and off. The two doubles there, I think she pretty much has conceded this set.
I just wonder if that leg's starting to play up. It's.
Well, that serve was 103.
I
There was
just
just
wonder
no.
if she just can't drive up on it.
There was no upward force at all. Saves one.
15-14.
Can't save another, and a very convincing set of tennis by Victoria Azarenka. 6-love. We are at 1 set all. We know Radwanska's a terrific competitor and a great fighter. I'm sure she'll just completely have forgotten now about that second set. All focus on the third. Well, good movement of the ball there by Azarenka.
It's tough there, isn't it, to put a love set behind you. Pete Sampras always said when he was asked what was his greatest strength, and everyone was expecting him to say the serve or the running forehand, he'd often say a short memory.
Or selective memory.
Short, selective. Just try and put it behind you. Not easy. I wish she'd use that tactic more, just using the forehand just to loop up to the Radwanska backhand, because as I mentioned, she did it once in the first set. Have a look at Radwanska hit. Not really that comfortable with the ball above shoulder height. Causes her all sorts of problems.
Well, she's been onto the drop shot the last few times, got there easily, and holds her opening serve.
13.
Hasn't hit too many winners this afternoon, Radwanska. That just her 11th. Azarenka more than matching that at 24 winners for the match so far.
And
if the pole can hold here, it's very much that the match is back on.
It's getting down to the ball.
Doesn't give up her baseline easily, does she?
Does not.
And she's able to do that because she's got great hands.
Again, easily dealing with this short second serve. Oh, she's going to challenge that.
The call on the left far, the ball's called out.
Another short second serve. Well, got to get a first serve in here after the way Azarenka has just dealt with the last two second balls.
Oh, that one 111 miles an hour, practically under the radar.
She does get it in.
One game.
Doesn't hit all that hard either, but it was well placed, sliding it down the tee. So she stops the rot. Important, she just had to hold that game. One all.
Was in. Key really for Radwanska in the next few games is just to get Azarenka moving on the ball again. That second set, Azarenka really was just allowed to stand and hit at free will, really. That's what she does to you.
30.
Radwanska's got to start by getting these returns down the tram lines, taking Azarenka out to the wings on that return, so she's out of position behind that first serve and second serve, and that gives Radwanska a chance to get on top of the point. That's what she needs to do out here, from my perspective, anyway.
You can see she was sort of stuck. She'd moved in midway between the baseline and the service line. Didn't have time to recover, and the ball was hit behind her.
Net versus.
Heavy hitting, always had the...
Game Azarenka.
And a careless opening point for her. Means she's got to win the next two to get ahead in the game, so... Early opening here for Azarenka. Well, the right idea of that serve. Didn't need to make it quite that good.
Exactly, she doesn't actually need to hit a clean winner off here. Just taking it pretty close down that line it is good enough, and then they play a second ball. But she has to be winning all those points off this second serve. Oh, that's so good. And on the balance of power, you almost feel that Azarenka probably deserves more to go through to the semi-final just by the fact that just the amount of winners that she has knocked in this match. I mean, she has really gone after it.
She's going to challenge that. Again, as you were saying, didn't need to hit it right on the line. And we'll see if she actually has.
It's hard for her to change. That's what she does. She loves lining the ball.
She's just missed it.
30.
That's quite a big miss in the context of the opening few games of this final set.
That's just what you were saying. She's a smarter shot there. She didn't need to hit the winner. She had the power. She's going to force her opponent off balance. Could only defend. Much safer shot there. And okay, she has to hit another one, but no problems really. Oh, that's very good.
Azarenka leads 3-1.
There's been times in this match I've been very impressed with Azarenka tactically, thinking clearly under pressure, a couple of little change-ups. And that's why she's hitting the front. You can see, yes, she's got wonderful ground strokes, but she does have some change-up play. Not a lot, but it's there. Looks like she's starting to win all the key points now.
Three 3-1.
15 love.
Well, that ball toss just getting a little away from her there. She get it too far out in front. You can't hit up on the back of the ball.
She's been sparing though, 2 in the first set, 1 in the second set. That was in the 4th game. So that's the first one in 8 games. That's pretty good going in such a pressurized match. Well, I was also about to add to that it's been the one area that coach Samuel Simic has really worked on over the last couple of seasons, because her serve used to be very hitchy. They've done a lot of technical work with it, and it's still in there. Sometimes she just loses the rhythm, and it's still not a routine event for Azarenka to go through to the semis of a slam. She's only ever done it once before.
Oh, that's a superb shot, changing the line of flight of the ball. Well, that was really a courageous shot. And gives herself a chance to get back. Back she does, unable to recover from those 2 double faults. Radwanska back into this 3rd set.
Well, either she's reacting instinctively here, or she's been really well prepped for this match. Because again, this is a nice little change-up play. Finalist here in the doubles last year.
Just every now and then a shot creeps into her game like that. I mean, it was a routine ball. Probably didn't have much pace on it. And as you've said, she likes the pace. She feeds off that. Yep. So when she had to generate one herself there under a bit of pressure with the score, she missed it.
No, it's relentless out here from Azarenka. I think the way she played the first point really opened Radwanska's eyes to what might be coming. She's built pressure so well in this match as the Belarusian.
Three break points here. I've seen a lot of breaks in this match. Almost belligerently whacks that one away at love 40.
15-14.
Rye grins, she can't believe it. This is what she's looking for, the second ball. And once again taking advantage of it. Not trying to hit the cold winner.
Azarenka leads 4
A
games.
really penetrating shot that'll draw a shorter reply, which she'll deal with then.
Well, you were talking about the breaks. I make that 13th break of the match. But it was always in there, particularly with the serving Radwanska. We've talked about how it is a little iffy, and she's up against one of the best returners in women's tennis. And now she's only held serve once since the end of the first set. Tells the story, really, doesn't it?
It does. Thinking about that weakness in the second serve, though. I mean, the coach, surely there'd be some emphasis on trying to improve it.
I'm sure they are. I think a lot of it has to do with upper body strength and racket speed. And she's still a young woman, 22. She can still get an awful lot stronger.
Well, as we've said, she's been in 5 Grand Slam quarterfinals, but never a semi, and it's got to be a factor, the second serve.
I just wonder if it's starting to get into her head now, the fact that she hasn't cracked that quarterfinal berth. Radwanska, and she can sort of see it slipping away here. Now she's behind a break in this final set.
Well, still able to do plenty of damage with these well-timed ground strokes. Boy,
15-14.
just not enough spin on the second ball. And when you get a little bit nervous,
She gets a bit hitchy, doesn't she? There's so little margins. That's 2 in the previous game, 1 in this game, 1 so far in this game. There's so much in this match still for Radwanska. I just wonder if physically she's okay. She's been banging her leg a few times. I don't think she's entirely comfortable on that right leg.
well, she's got a couple of chances to remain alive here. Didn't seem to move too well to that point, I must say. She moved in with a little chip shot, but then
30-14.
didn't really move back too quickly from there. Trying to remain focused and calm, but still facing one break back point. And the benefit of getting the first serve, it wasn't all that fast, but pretty accurate.
Now just at 150 Ks, that's about 20 Ks down from her fastest serve here this afternoon. But I think a smart move, just a 3/4 pace, shows you that she's thinking clearly.
It took all the pressure off the second serve. And now, back to the safety of Juice. She comes up with a lovely slice out wide. Strong finish to the game from Azarenka, and just look at the determination. 5-2, she's close to the semis. Well, keeping the pressure on. He's really done a great job, Azarenka, after serving for that first set and then losing the tie-break 7-love. I mean, as you said, Sam, in previous years, that could have seen you know, a bit of a disastrous effect on her.
Well, that would suggest to me game over, really.
A hint of resignation there, isn't there, with this shot?
Well, it's just about her not being able to match Azarenka from the baseline.
Again, the power just too much for Radwanska. And 3 match points. Well, bravely saves one. And is helped on the other, or another. There's still one. Azarenka anxious to finish it off here because she could get a little shaky on a serve. No mistake on the third. So the good friends shake hands, but on the day, the bigger, stronger player, Victoria Azarenka, comes back from dropping the first set that she could have won.
The semi-finals now in the Australian Open Championship.
Just acknowledges the crowd.
And let's keep the applause going for the